Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How are you guys? Going to take a look at the Bombers today. Don't have a stack of Essendon players that are really lighting the fire for me, but still going to have a bit of a look today. And I did promise you the Riz Lord story from the Italian Stallion on the boat at Ely Beach. Not going to tell it today. I might save that one for another day, but I haven't forgotten. But for those following along at home, my car window is finally back in business. That has been an absolute disaster. For those who aren't up to date with the story, my inside of the door fell off just basically over time. Too many slams of the door and came loose, came off, and was basically hanging on by the wires to control the automatic door. Over time, those just came right off and the whole fucking thing came apart. And my window was half down at the time, and it just kind of shut itself down, fully shut. So for about the last week or so, I've been driving around with my window down the whole time and putting a plastic bag over it at night. So it's a real classy look. Me at about 11 o'clock at night just sticky taping this fucking bag, so just in case it rains. But it fixed today, so it was fixed. So I'm just going to take a nice little cruise down the coast later this afternoon and enjoy the breeze not slapping me in the face like it has for the last week or so. So that was a well spent $110. But the Bombers, what do we got? Now, not stacks, like I said off the top. If I missed someone, let me know. I'm not going to talk about Parrish or Merritt or even Redmond, some of the more obvious guys. But Jordan Ridley definitely is one of interest. Now, he's at a nice price, which we'll take a look at here. But I think he was someone who suffered from having to be the number one defender at times last year, and that should change with Mackay coming to the club in particular. That'll be the main one. What the fuck's going on before? I already did this. Fuck's sake, I just want to look at some fucking prices. Well, I can't be fucked doing this. Seriously, technology's just fucked sometimes. I had this all set up, ready to go. Oh, fucking great. That's just awesome. That is. Fuck that. Anyway, he's cheap. For God's sake. Cheaper than normal. I've been mucking around with this car. My fucking sliding door to my closet's just fallen off. I'm like, God. It's just the little things that piss you off, man. But old mate Jordan Ridley, I've had a mixed relationship with him over the journey. He's definitely let me down at times. He's one that I feel uncomfortable picking, but he does have a lot of upside. Fantastic intercept game, but like I said, at times Essendon was so undermanned. They copped some injuries last year. Defence was all over the shop, and Ridley did have to lock down a lot. Plus, he got injured here with that 18, so a bit of a injury discount as well. Mackay comes to the club. He's going to be the big gorilla down back. He'll take the big key forwards, and that should allow Ridley to just float about and do his thing. Now, as you can see there, 2020 and even 2021, he can certainly average in and around the 100 mark. Last couple of years haven't been as good. If you want someone a bit different, I don't mind it. I think he'll average well. It's not for me. I think there's a lot of very good options. A young Docker that I'll mention in the Freo preview probably next week, I think has a bit more upside as well as his price is. And just the likes of Dacos, Sicily, Stewart. There's so many really nice options down back that I don't feel the need to go a little discount vibe just to get a premium. I think it's pretty obvious. If he was a forward, which clearly he's not, but if he was the same sort of scenario as a forward, you'd take that risk any day of the week. But a lot of reliable commodities down back, so I feel not too inclined to take the punt on Ridley. Now, a couple of younger guys, Elijah Sardis, somewhat awkwardly priced, is around the 240 mark, I think. But we do know, number 5 pick, lots of talent. Let's have a look at his VFL numbers. Always interesting to look at the VFL stats because sometimes it can really show you some interesting stuff. It's the first one, makes sense. But I always remember Max Gawn that year before he went nuts. His VFL numbers were screaming like a bloke who could go nuts. Now, we don't have a heap to work with here, but some pretty solid numbers, and shows you that he's pretty damn good at the level below. Is he ready to take the next step? Now, I think he'll play more senior footy next year, no doubt. But that Essendon midfield still has a fair bit going on. You've got Merritt and Parrish. Shield probably back in the mix. They've got some other blokes like Hobbs and Perkins, and I think I'm missing another senior body that I can't quite remember. But yeah, certainly one for the future. The forward line's tricky, so if he has a great pre-season and gets into that round one side with some centre bounce attendance, we could be talking. At this stage, I don't think so. There's not enough opportunity for him. You've got a guy like Harley Reid just a smidgen further down the ranks, which everyone will have, and he'll get great opportunity. So still someone who's not cheap as chips, but also vying for his spot in the best 22. Not really the combination we're looking for, but still, he's certainly worth considering. And Zach Reid, definitely a player to have in our sides at the moment. Like Mackay, I think Reid will take a pretty serious post down back. He'll have to fight his way into the side, there's no doubt about that. But 123k, he hasn't played a game yet. Or has he? Has he played a game? He must have. Fucking oath he did. He just didn't play a game last year. Has he been on the list for that long? Gee, he's nearly 22. Obviously a top 10 pick many years ago, and has been a highly touted player at the Bombers, but he's really been held back injury-wise. I think now, again, relying on a good pre-season, this guy's ready to play some serious senior footy. It'll be pretty competitive for spots, but I think he's good enough, and I think the Bombers like him. They want him in that side. So I think certainly at this stage of the year, certainly one to just have on our benches at the moment. So that's about all for the Bombers. I've got Freo and Geelong coming up, and they certainly have a lot more to offer in their previews when I was doing my notes just the other day. So I think I'll have a look at my team, a bit of an updated team, and a couple other bits and pieces before the time January is out. But if you'd like to see a particular type of video, please let me know in the comments. And as always, my TikTok has pretty much the same content, different timing. You get a bit of different stuff. So if you want to check that out for a bit short and sharp sort of content, feel free. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Cheers.